すごい不思議。
Hello everyone, we are the Sugoi Fushigi Show. Today, a Japanese novelist, Mr. Gengen Kusano, will join us as a guest. Gengen debuted about 3 years ago with a novella titled Last and First Idol, which won the special prize at Hayakawa's science fiction contest. He won the same award twice. He is one of the young science fiction writers currently receiving the most attention. His short story collection, Last and First Idol, was translated into English and available in paperback and an electronic book from J Novel Club. Please check it out. Welcome. Gengen, please introduce yourself.
I am human and animal.
Thank you, Gengen.
This is cat. Okay?
Okay.
This is Triceratops. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, foreign viewers may be curious about how you became a successful Japanese science fiction writer.
What made you decide to become a science fiction writer?
Become a science fiction writer was my only option. I am afraid to go to work and talk to students. And I can't remember people's names.
All right, you are so lucky that you have that choice.
Can you let us know your major in university? Is it related to your writing in some ways? What academic areas are you interested in?
Philosophy of science. In philosophy, there are so many quirky sort of experiments that make for great science fiction material. And I am interested in paleontology, areaからCambrian organisms, modified evolution history, evolutionary computational theory, quantum biology, neuroscience, psychopathology, autism, development disorder, human fossil species, consciousness, sapiens as a social species, personality, fictional system, information, thermodynamics, game rule for novel evaluation, motivational psychology, self, computational theory of consciousness, integrated information theory, free energy principle.
I feel that there are so many backgrounds in your work, and I especially enjoy your perspective for handling consciousness issues and stories. So my fellow researchers also say that your work was fresh viewpoint for consciousness. Yeah, thank you very much so much background. Yeah.
And for viewers who don't live in Japan, I think there are many who have never read Gengen's works. So, Gengen, could you introduce your work, Last and First Idol, to everyone?
A young girl dreams only of being of greatest idol of them all. But when an immense solar flare devastates Earth, it takes the insane obsession of an old friend, a little genetic engineering, and a lot of hard sci-fi until the idol take her rightful place among the stars.
Yeah, Last and First Idol was very fun for me. Yeah. And it reminds me of some nostalgic memory of my sci-fi club experience.
Can I ask, have you got feedback from your readers in English-speaking country?
I don't know.
All right. A user on Goodreads named DW Monkey says that, "Don't let the cover fool you. This is brilliant as science fiction." And another user named Trashman wrote that it was amazing. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I didn't think I was embarking on a philosophical roller coaster full of grotesque descriptions of cannibalism and free will and space fish. And both of the users rated it 5 stars. So, Gengen, please have more confidence.
Okay.
From now on, we would like to ask about the process in which Gengen is writing. We'd like to ask him how to write good fiction.
What is the most important thing when you write a story? Characters, plot, voice, that is to say, writing style, structure, or something else?
It depends on the length of the story. For very short stories, it's important to get the readers to understand the setting of the novel as quickly as possible. For a short story, I want to make sure the novel is structured nicely. In the case of medium-length story, I'm often motivated to show the reader an interesting world. For a full-length novel, the most important thing is to come up with a setting character that is as easy for your future self to write as possible.
I guess many writers either write a plot or they don't. Do you write a plot for your stories?
Yes, I start with the big picture and then break it up into scenes to come up with a detailed episode.
Gengen is not only writing short stories, but also long stories. The 2 books in the series, Great Evolution Animal Death Game, Great Extinction Dinosaur Time Wars, are attractive in their magnificent scale. I would like you to briefly introduce this series from Gengen. Would it be okay?
Okay, the Great Evolution Animal Death Game is this game. This game is a very dangerous game in which you will die if you lose. This game here is that if you lose, the human race will become extinct. It's scary! 18 girls go back 8 million years and fight a cat in order to correct the evolution of intelligence. Great extinction dinosaur was written to dismantle, destroy, dissolve, and deny the previous game. 18 girls play baseball and head to the other side of existence. It is great battle between existence and nothingness.
Yeah, it's kind of the make us great building in the first work, and second work you broke it. So it's a very good composition. So was the composition of these 2 works intended in first?
It was not my intention. I wrote the Great Evolution with an emphasis on characters. But in reaction to that, I lost track of what character was. I expressed the inner confusion in the Great Extinction.
Can I ask you about why most of your characters girls? Is there anything different from writing boys?
It's mainly for commercial campaign. The short story collection, Last and First Idol, is my first published book. So it has to stand out. That's why I need a special feature. So I turned all the story and book into Yuri science fiction. Writing a boy is the same as writing a girl, in my opinion. But there are times when the editors impose the gender role of be a girl on characters. As an aside, it's hard to write about people in general, and it might be more meaningful for me to focus on how to avoid writing about people in the future.
Thank you. Interesting. And as my understanding is correct, you originally wrote the title story, Last and First Idol, as a fan fiction of an idol anime. I guess that was a reason too, right?
Yes, right. Okay, yes.
Okay. You are one of the pioneers of Hayakawa's Yuri science fiction movement indeed. And I'm very curious about how you avoid writing humans and deconstruct of gender. Thank you.
So far, we have introduced some Gengen's works. By the way, Gengen, you often say in Japanese interviews that you are influenced by various writers, books, and research. Some names will be familiar to viewers, so I would like to hear about them. For example, the title, Last and First Idol, is an homage to Olaf Stapledon's work, Last and First Man, etc. Could you?
Yes.
Who are your favorite foreign writers? What are you interested in about writers?
China maybe.
Mhm.
He is good at writing some limited to attractive enclosed species. And Jean Wolfe, he is good at writing an open world. And Alastair Reynolds, he is writer an unlikely piece of space opera in a world where no one can travel faster than the speed of light. And Rudy Rucker, he is the person who wrote the biggest world ever written by a science fiction writer. And I bought Adrian Tchaikovsky's Child of Time in English because it is not yet available in translation. Reading English novel is not easy for me.
Could you name 3 authors or works that were most influential in your writing?
Stephen Baxter. There are a lot of very large gadgets in his writing. Those are a great fan. I like that he used the latest science as a fictional story. I think that it's not the rigorous, but the quickness of ideas. That is remarkable. I've been struck to read the Manifold series in English, as there's been no Japanese translation at all recently. It's very interesting because it's packed with ideas. And David Lindsay, he is the author of the masterpiece, Voyage to Arcturus. This book is an otherworldly adventure novel, but the other world depicts in it have a completely different logic to reality. The various aspects of the world are based on metaphysical principle. I would like to create another world that is as diverse, detailed, and clear in its principle as one depicted in this book. And Philip K. Dick, the author's obsessive, compulsive work has been major influence on my work. During Dick work, I learned about the Gnostic worldview, the motif of a world of suffering created by false gods, and also present in my works.
Gengen has written many other books. If you have any other works that you would like to introduce to world by yourself, please introduce them.
It's one novel. This is a school romantic comedy. There is a full-length novel called This is School Romantic Comedy. This book is school romantic comedy.
Okay.
If you want to read a romantic comedy, please read it. The force that wants to destroy romantic comedies will attack you, but you have defended them.
Okay, thank you for introducing.
Yeah.
This is a school romantic comedy. What kind of life leads to such novel works? I'm also interested in Gengen's daily life and writing environment. Everyone, do you have any questions about that?
What is your favorite hobby?
Lately, I've been reading books on cognitive behavioral therapy to help calm my own mind. Also, if I remember my dreams, I try to write them down as much as possible.
What is the most important item in your possession, the things that you have?
A memo pad.
Okay.
Okay.
Mempad.
Do you have your mempad now?
It's
Oh,
Oh,
good.
this is idea Mempad. Wow.
Okay, thank you, Gengen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, this was an interview with Mr. Gengen Kusano. Okay, if you think this channel is interesting, please subscribe it. I would like to continue to interview various science fiction writers on this channel. Please look forward to the next Sugoi Fushigi show. See you. Thank you, Gengen, and thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Gang, and thank you very much. It's so
Thank you for watching.
moment. Yeah. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.